Good evening, everybody. This is Ian Chandler, Chief Sales Officer here at the ARIIX home office in Salt Lake City, Utah. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Inside Out Beauty Solution webinar series. This is the second out of 3 of this series. Wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that. If you missed last week's call, we had a record turnout of people on a webinar for the history of ARIIX. We gave a really good introduction about what this whole concept of a sales program is, why the company's doing it, how you can benefit from it, and what are some of the amazing tools that the marketing team and our sales team have put together to really try to make this very simple, so easy, and you're going to hear me say again, like I've said it before, so easy that someone like my mother could actually take it as a brand new member who's never done anything in this industry and run ahead and do something with it. So we spent about an hour going over those different tools, how to use them, how to get a customer using those tools, and specifically in a setting of a beauty party, right? Anti-aging beauty party where people show up, they get a chance to put the Jove on their skin, they get a chance to taste the Beauty Boost, to try all the different products that, whether on the inside or the outside, are going to make their skin and their body looking and feel even younger and more youthful and vibrant than ever. So that was a great webinar. Thank you all so much for joining, and thank you for being here tonight. Now I've got to tell you, oh, I'm so excited to be on the call. I feel like I've been waiting 3, 4, 5 years for this opportunity to share with everybody some of the amazing, what I find amazing, just simplicities in the compensation plan that often go overlooked. And I say I've been waiting 3 years plus because about 3 to 4 years ago, I was in China and I was in Hong Kong going to lunch with some of our staff at a Korean restaurant. And we were excited to get the food and we were waiting there, and I got a phone call from a rep who was in panic. And they just said, "Ian, you don't understand." And I said, "Okay, please tell me what I don't understand." And they said, "You don't understand, so much of the industry nowadays is moving further and further and further away from an initial order of 500 points or 1,000 points or 1,500 points at the beginning, and we just can't compete with these companies that require nothing." And I said, "Okay, well, continue." They said, "Now, we understand that if they come in with less volume, our total volume overall is less, we get paid less." They said, "We understand all of that." They said, "But it's just hard to compete when their minimum requirements are a lot lower than ARIIX." And so this was, again, at lunch. I called Fred and we had a conversation. And in the conversation, an idea spurred. Okay? However, at the time, it was a great idea. It just never really had the chance to work because we didn't have the tools and the back end set up to make it work. As you heard last week with the West Coast Regional, with the changes that we made to preferred customers and how they work, tonight I'm going to show you the realization and the fruition of an idea that was spawned 3 years ago come to life, and in my opinion, change fundamentally for some of the business how we're able to utilize the compensation plan to our benefit to solve the problem that that rep had and actually get even more all in the same process. So their complaint was they don't like the initial activation requirement to be very high. Now, in China, they're funny. They won't do 150-point activations. They typically only do 500 or above because to them the 2x is so important. You would never do the business without it. So that's pretty much the only standard they go on. The problem that they have is also the problem that we have in all of the markets. Sometimes people don't have the money, or they don't want to spend, or they don't want to invest, or they don't want to consume that much product. I mean, the guy came back and said, I mean, consider this. You buy 500 points of product, you can't consume them all in a month. It took me a week to get it to me. I only have 3 weeks left to consume my product. At the end of the month, when I'm looking at my bill and saying I spent what I spent, I have this much product left over. Am I really going to go to my auto delivery and continue? Which was a fair argument. Now, certainly I can see a whole host of other things on the side of why a business pack makes perfect sense. you have product left over to spare, you've got an inventory that you can draw upon to retail or sell immediately, but not everybody's ready to be doing retail from day one. So the idea that we had was, what if you could make it to where somebody didn't need to have a 500-point activating order when they started ARIIX, but they could still get the 2x. But the upline would also still get the benefit of all the volume of a 500-point order so that they don't miss out on the commissions, which is more than what even that guy was asking for. Well, this isn't the only way to do ARIIX, but I believe for a certain group of population, certainly with the inside-outside beauty solution option, it's kind of a no-brainer. It fits very well. So we're taking the power of 4, which I'm sure if you've seen the videos in the past, it's a very simple concept, and we're actually bringing it back one step, starting from customers instead of members. It's more of a pull approach, and I believe you're going to see by the end of today's webinar why this could potentially grow your business faster, right, than even the alternative. I'm not here to tell you exactly how to do it because that's up to the leaders and the people who are leading you and your teams. You'll decide what works best for you. What I'm excited to present is an option. So just a quick recap. Last week, we have a brand new pack, the Inside Out Beauty Solution Pack. This has everything from the inside out that you would need to, again, make your skin vibrant and beautiful. It is $284.70. I believe as a member price. So if you enrolled somebody as a member with this, it's 150 points, enough to be able to activate their business. If you're getting a customer at the end of a party like we talked about last week, right? Of course, their price would be around $318, that middle price, not retail. They can still get their discount and lock it in for live by setting up an auto delivery, right? And so it's still a really good deal, and the fallback position would be your skin system, okay? That way everybody walks home with product after the party. Just a simple recap of the tools we talked about. We talked about the program book that's going to teach you with the scripts of how to set up a party, how to invite, how to present, how to demonstrate, etc., so that you can have your brand new person at least get a quick idea of what a party could look like. The home presentation PDF we showed, that's in the library. The table poster, that's something you would put up while you're doing a party, that's in the library as well. The order form, enrollment form, both of those are all in the library under brands, and you choose beauty, and it's right there. The replicated website, which I'm very excited about, where you can take somebody, whether it's one-on-one or, and I've even seen this done, so just consider it, even sometimes in groups, people will take people through on their phones. I know it sounds really funny, like, well, I'm in a group, why would I be using my phone to scroll up and down with everybody? Well, it's not me using my phone to scroll for them to see, it's everybody on their own phones together. Sometimes that's a better way of keeping their attention, just throwing that out there. We've seen it done. I figured it was worth mentioning. But that replicated site is great. It has all of the content from the library that you could need in a flow that makes sense, that is able to share. If people only care about the basics, then you just scroll right on through. If they want additional information along the way, click on any of those links for the certifications, for all of the marketing tools that basically tell the compelling story of these products are available on that replicated website. The videos that do the talking for you from the experts. We have the 3-minute video that you saw last week. That will be replaced with the 10-minute video that I saw for the first time today, and I've got to tell you, I'm very excited. If I wanted somebody to understand why ARIIX, in terms of anti-aging and beauty, had a better solution than anything else out there, this video gives me that information from credible experts. It's a great video that will be replaced this weekend. So watch for it come Monday, Tuesday. Your replicated website will be upgraded with not only the video, but also we've gotten a lot of feedback in the last week. So thank you, just as a housekeeping item, for everybody who's given that feedback on the little things that we can catch and improve. Host benefits. We kind of talked about this, but I saved them for today on purpose because they're an integral part of how I believe you're going to want to build your business. So, quick recap is now done. Let's go ahead and focus on one last tool that I believe is underutilized and is amazing, and that is the Jove app for everybody who has an iPhone, okay, which in all of our surveys is the largest demographic of phone users, both in Japan and in China and in the US, which are our largest markets. Please be using this. I'm telling you, this app is very powerful. It's so easy to get a great before and after. It has product information in there as well. One of the tips that we've seen people do very well as they're hosting a party, okay, is during the demonstration section, you're going to have everyone download it together so that they can use their own phone, take their own before and after, and share it. You say, well, I don't want to have everybody download it. That'll take too much time. That's fine. You can have a designated phone, and then you can get it to them. Either way works fine, but it's a great tool that I would use. And I would use the collage that you made with this app at the very beginning of my my party, so that it's a convincing before and after. To start it off, it's a great icebreaker. For everybody who has not downloaded this, or if you already have it on your phone, congratulations, there's an opportunity for you. We want to get some great collages, before and after comparisons. So if you don't already have it, just go to iTunes, download the Jove mobile app. You can take your before after, put on the tightening serum, take an after photo, and then email your collage from the app directly to our illustrious, amazing brand manager of the Jove and beauty lines, Cassidy Barstorff. Her email is right there, cassidy.barstorff@ARIIX.com. We're going to make a vote, and before next week's call with Deanna and Tom, we're going to choose 5 images that are going to be featured in the corporate library, and the winners will actually get a free skin system. We're going to announce that next Wednesday. So Deanna will be helping decide that, and she'll announce on the call next week. So for everybody who hasn't already downloaded that, go get that, go use your product, make it look beautiful, and let us see the new you and your transformation. I promise it's a great tool. Okay, tools aside, we're going to learn something fun today. And I hope it's not learning. I hope it's more just kind of experiencing and imagining and seeing the possibilities of what this business can be. Now, we talked about last week, right? What does my mother need to do as a brand new member to be successful and pursue her goals, whether that be part-time income, replacing a full-time income, or even 6-figure big-time income? Could she really do that by hosting, beauty parties? Could she really do that? The answer is yes. But how does she get there, right? What does she have to do? Well, she has to acquire customers. We talked about a very easy way of doing that. Hosting a party. My mom doesn't have to do anything. If I was her sponsor, I would set up the party. I would give the information. I'd use the tools. I'd follow the outline of the replicated website, and we'd get that and close people as customers, right? It's my mom's job to invite people. It's my job as the presenter to present and to help close and to follow up. Once that happens, my next goal then is to help my mother become a member. Now, hopefully, because she's a host, she sees a very obvious reason to do that immediately. If I can help my mom get her products free by becoming a member, right, with her 4 customers, her friends that showed up to the party who were excited, they got a great discount, they got a whole bunch of perks that we're going to talk about, then life is good. And then my next job is to help my mom do the same thing that I just did to her. Help her get her 4 customers to become members who get their products for free, and she goes gold. Continue the process and duplicate it until my mom and her first 3 generations are all gold. When I do that, that line should be solid. If my mother was put on one line and her and 3 generations are all gold, they're all getting their products for free, as it were, with their customers who became members, that should solidify one of my lines to be 13,334 points roughly every single week. Okay, we'll look and see how the math works on that, but that's the beauty. Now, let's say my mom is ready from beginning to not start as a customer. She wants to start as a member. She goes to the party. She sees the tightener work its magic. She sees the beautiful brightener for what it is. She sees all the other products taking care of the inside from a cellular level and says, you know what, I think I can do a business with this. Well, then it's my job to help her sign up as a customer, right? I'm leading with the business side and saying, you know what, I can help you do this by setting up parties. And our whole deal is to help people get their products for free. Okay, why is that important? It's important for a couple of reasons. Number one, the difference between network marketing, MLM, whatever you want to call this industry, right, and just any other business is this beautiful, beautiful curve that you see. And if you've ever heard Dr. Fred Cooper talk about this, you can appreciate the term leverage and what that means. What you see is an example of exponential growth. 1 becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, becomes 16. Or it becomes 1, becomes 4, becomes 16, becomes 64, 256, 1024, etc., etc., etc. It's that duplication and leverage of people who know people, who know people, who know people, who are so excited about what they're doing that they're not afraid to open their mouths. I'm going to throw this out there. In a year from now, you're going to look back and watch this video and say, I don't even know what he was talking about. But for everybody who's aware of the 600 million person adopted app, some Pokemon Go app, I see it everywhere. People are walking down the streets, they're running into each other, they're playing some app. Talk about going viral. That's what this is. When a friend uses it and talks to a friend, he talks to a friend, he talks to a friend. That's exponential growth. That's how it grows so fast. And that's the difference between ARIIX and every other traditional other money-making opportunity out there. Okay? What does that have to do with the beauty program and Joe Bay? Well, it's very important. Number one, I'm going to show the value of the product so that I get the customer. I believe that's easy to do, and you're going to see all of the different tools and benefits that we're giving you to make that a simple process to acquire a customer. But the magic of this industry, what really makes it work, is when customers decide to open their mouths, to share the product, and in doing so, actually become a business builder. I don't know of any customer who goes to 7-Eleven and says, I'm going to go tell my friend about this Slurpee inside of 7-Eleven, and in doing so, make a commission. There's no incentivization for them to go and refer other than just it was a topic on the top of their head, right? So like as with a new restaurant, that's the big difference. And when customers can become a business partner and likewise duplicate that process, that is what grows this business faster. Now, make no mistake about it. You won't get customers and you won't get a team and you won't get without leadership. Leadership drives the whole thing. But at the end of the day, the leadership is helping those customers convert and become members. A business team partner who has to do something. And the easier that something is, the faster we're going to grow. All right, enough of MLM 101. I think you get it. But you're going to see very clearly that if I can hold a party and the host can get their products for free and they get 4 customers and then they help those 4 customers set up their own parties, right? In doing so, the new member actually becomes gold automatically and the 4 customers become members who got their products for free. And you can see that this is going to make the earnings of that individual, in this case my mother, go up and up and up and up, and really the sky is the limit. Most people can't imagine making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year. So today I'm going to talk about getting up to around the $100,000, $150,000 range, just so people can see what it will take to get there. Remember, the whole thing that makes this work is helping the customers get their products for free. Once they're in love with it, I don't know of anybody who loves using anything, when given an option to get that product for free, would say no. I don't know of anybody. It just depends on what they have to do it. You saw this. This is now part of the new replicated website. If you scroll clear to the bottom, it talks about how getting your products for free, and you see this beautiful image. What you don't realize is this image is the Activate compensation plan compartmentalized into a very beautiful, easy to understand face. And if you remember at the West Coast Regional, we got Deanna to even understand and realize if I have 3 friends buy at my party, then I can get $108 and save 75% on my own order. Okay? So let's talk about this. What does this mean? I think if you guys can really leverage the simplicity of this when you're talking to a prospect and say, look, we're going to teach you how to get your products for free. You host a party, I do all the work, you invite your friends to come over. If one of the friends buys, you're going to get $33.75. It's going to activate an account. That's how we pay you your host reward. It will, and you're going to be able to be entitled to a half price item. In addition to, you're going to get a free mini skin system that'll last 3 days while you're waiting for your products to ship to you. And the friend that bought will also get a free mini system as well. If 2 friends bought, you'd save 50% because you'd get $71. If 3 friends bought, you'd get 108, et cetera, et cetera. And so very clearly, anyone can look at this, oh, I should get 4 friends to buy. If they could buy, I get to double all discounts and bonuses in the future. I get 4 half-price items that I can go purchase. That's the best of both worlds. And you remember, Deanna said, oh, I get it, right? I love Deanna, but like my mother, she will never understand what a power line or a pay line is. Probably won't understand the difference between auto balancing, right, and matching bonus auto compression. I don't think that's going to make a lot of sense to her. But isn't it beautiful that all of that works behind the scenes seamlessly so that she just says, do this, get this. And there's a lot of reasons why she wants to do it. Now, a lot of you are wondering, okay, I can kind of figure out where your host reward comes from. I get activating your account. I kind of get doubling your discounted bonuses, but what the heck is this half price item and free mini skin system? That's a great question and worded perfectly because you've heard about the 4, whether you recognize it or not, we'll go through that in a minute. But what are those last 2? I'm going to tell you right now, and this is where the fun begins. We all remember in the scenario of a skin system, the retail price is $200. We go through and we sell the value of that, right? Because it's better than if you were comparing with department store options, which often contain toxins or harmful chemicals. This is a long-term formula with proven immediate results. It's a steal at $200, but because they're going to sign up as a preferred customer with an ongoing hassle-free, commitment-free auto delivery that will refill their product monthly supply every month. They can cancel whenever they want. They can get a discount of $30. They win as a customer. I've closed them as a customer at $170. Okay, and of course they get the 30-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Well, remember, what happens when they buy at $170? So in this scenario, I buy as a host, okay, and I'm hosting a party. I buy 1 skin system and my 1 friend buys. The tagline is, I save 25% on my order. Why is that? I'm going to get $33.75. Where does that come from? Okay, I'm going to get $3.75 in base commissions. I'm going to get $30 in the PC retail incentive. Why? Well, the person who had me host the party is going to sign me up as a new member. New members automatically always get 30% off the retail price on their first order, which means that my skin system will cost $140. It's $138.88 and change plus tax, $140 just for simplicity, right? My preferred customer, one of the customers who went to the party, they saved 30%. They bought it at $170, the customer price, right? I didn't sell them the 2X card. I could have if I wanted to, or I could have sold them 200 points worth of product and they could have gotten the 2X discount. I'm assuming here that I'm not going that extra mile to teach them about the 2X card, and I'm not upselling them to 200 points. I'm just simply, they want to buy a skin system. It's a great deal at $170. When they do that, the difference between what they pay as a preferred customer and the difference between what I pay as their sponsor becomes that $30 PC retail incentive. Base commissions, how did I get $3.75? And you're saying, well, wait a second. How did I get the $3.75? It's only 1 person. It's not balanced. There's not a power line or a pay line. How could I get $3.75 in base commissions? Well, remember, all preferred customer volume is automatically balanced every single week. So assuming that it's just them and just me, that's 200 points. That will activate my business. Remember, because it's me plus all of my preferred customer volumes in that first week will count towards activating my business. So I've got 200 points, I've got 2 lines. I don't have the 2x card, right? But I've got 2 lines. So they've got now 100 points, I've got 100 points. The 2 together is 200 points. How much volume then is going to be auto-balanced? Okay, well, it's 200 minus the minimum activating volume requirement, which is 150 points. So 50 points will get auto-balanced between 2 lines. So I've got 25 on the first line, 25 on the second line. 25 points times 15% is $3.75. Hence the 2 together is $33.75. That over 140 bucks, guess what, is 25% off my system. So that was a very long explanation, and you can see why here I just want to make it simple. Hey, one person buys a skin system and I buy a skin system, guess what? I get $33.75, I save 25%. Isn't that a lot easier than saying you get $3.75 on an auto-balanced base commission and $30 from the PC retail incentive? You would scare my mother away. So I love that this is very simply saying do this, get this, okay? Well, if 2 people buy, and you can see it also activates my business at 200 points, roll up the tree for my team. That's cool. If I had 2 people that buy at the party, we're seeing a pattern here. 2 buy, I got 50%. I saved 50% because I got $71. Where'd that come from? $11.25 in base commissions. Again, I now have 300 points because there's 3 of us at 100 points each, minus 150. That's 150 that will auto-balance. 300 is still not enough to get me my 2x and my 3 lines. That's 500 when that magic happens, right? So 150 divided by 2 is 75 each. 75 times 15% is $11.25. Plus, I now have 2 people that I'm earning a PC retail incentive on. Both of them pay 170, I pay 140. The difference comes back to me. You can see how this works. I won't go through all the math. If I get 4, now you can see where that money is coming from on that host rewards, okay? Why is 4 the magic number? Because it's our compensation plan. The power of 4 works every time, even with customers. I get $35 in base commissions. Now, for those of you who are math scholars out there, you'll notice that that's a higher percentage of the total volume that's auto balance compared with just if I had 1, 2, or 3 customers. Why is that? Well, when I have 500 points, something very magical happens. I get my 2x and I get my 3 lines automatically. So even if I have 400 points, or even if I had 500 points in my first week come from preferred customers, that would still count towards my activating orders, and it would give me the 2x and 3 lines automatically. Now 3 lines as opposed to 2 earns me an extra 50% in auto-balanced points in base commission. How does that work? Well, if I had 2 lines, let's do the simple math. I have 500 points. I need 150 to activate. The difference of that would be auto-balance, so 350 points. 350 divided by 2 times 15%, it would get me 7.5% of 500 points. Or, otherwise said, it would get me, oh, my math, I gotta get my calculator. It would give me 7.5%. But you can see in this one, with 350 points divided by 3, 2 of the lines would be times 15%. Simple math is, just remember this, if you have 2 lines, auto balance volume pays out 7.5%. If you have 3 lines, auto balance volume pays out at 10%. If you have 4 lines, auto balance volume pays at 11.25%. So that's why with 350 points that auto balances, I get $35 in base commissions. If you're bored by now and you're saying, why am I on this call listening to this nerd talk about math? That's okay. That's why we're doing this, because you don't need to explain any of this, but I want those who care to understand where this is coming from so that they know intellectually. But I would never, ever, ever market this and how it's calculated. There's no point in teaching how to calculate. Just teach them do this and get this. That's all they need to know. The cool part is it's going to cover the cost of my taxes and shipping. $155 is what I get. My product cost $140. So actually I have $15 extra in profit that actually is going to cover my shipping and my taxes and all that stuff. I got my 2x. I got my extra line. There's 500 points that rolls up the tree, and it activates my business. Now, do you remember the problem that my friend in China had when they called me on the phone when I was at the Korean restaurant? He said, new people aren't willing to invest or spend or purchase 500 points worth of product up front. I look at my mom and say, Mom, host a party. If your friends buy, you get all these perks. Think about this. If 4 of her friends buy as a customer and she buys, she gets all of the benefits as though she had, quote unquote, herself invested or purchased or bought 500 points herself. But now she doesn't have to worry about having a lot of inventory on hand. She also doesn't have to worry about, am I going to be able to consume all of the product or use it up prior to my next auto delivery? She only has 1 month worth of product on her hands to consume, and after a month, you better believe she'll be coming back for more. Why? Because if I can teach her how to have her 4 friends host a party, whether it's together or separate, that's beside the point. If they host parties and they get 4 customers, they'll get their products for free, and my mother goes gold automatically, and the duplicating machine that is the power of 4 just works automatically. So I think you get kind of now what that host reward is. You can see how it activates their account, and you can see if I have 4 people, that's a total of 500 points with my own purchase that is then going to automatically qualify me for 2x and 3 lines. Now the question is, okay, well in this scenario, you're talking about the skin system only. But most people will probably choose to purchase the beauty solution, the inside out beauty solution, which is 150 points. No problem, the math is identical. So if I bought a beauty solution and I had 1 customer, 1 guest who decided to buy a beauty solution too, guess what? I would still save 25% on my own beauty solution. If I had 2 people, I'd still save 50, 375, and 4, I would still get the cost of my product covered plus the shipping and taxes. The math is identical. Here's another little tip, okay? And Cassidy, my apologies. I know that we're focused on beauty, but that math works whether you're talking about Slenderize or Prime or Nutrify or any of the brands that we sell, and the guests or the people, the customers that you get are buying 100 points or more. The same duplicatable math is identical. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that because we're focused on beauty today, but I do want you to know the power of 4 by getting customers is very, very powerful, and it works across all of our brands. What's unique about beauty are the last 2 columns that you're seeing. What is this half price item? Where does it come from? Right? Is there a magical half price item fairy that just sprinkles it on people? No, there's a brand new program that ARIIX is investing into hosting beauty parties. We believe that this will make your business very easy, and we believe that these last 2 columns makes us very competitive against even the best of the party plans that are out there that only pay 1 or 2 levels, where ARIIX pays infinite levels, and our compensation plan pays a whole lot more. So a half price item is simply this. If I host a party and I have 1 guest who buys, in the shopping cart will be a brand new link that goes live on July 23rd. That is this Saturday. Okay? So what's going to happen? I'm going to use my mother again. Okay? My mother enrolls as a member. She just hosted the party, and let's say that she had 2 guests who decided to buy. So she got her host rewards of $71.25. She got her account activated. And now she says, well, I want to go buy some products at half price. How does that work? When she logs into her account in the ARIIX office, and then she goes to the shopping cart, for those who know and are savvy, at the very top right, there's a little L, and it's a beautiful little gold-looking L that stands for loyalty coupons. That's for people who stay on auto delivery. They can buy up to 2 products a month at an extra 15% off. Well, if my mother sponsored either a member or a preferred customer in her first week, Okay, this one column is only for people who host for the first time. Okay, so my mom enrolls, and in the same week that she enrolls, she invited 2 friends to become preferred customers, both of which bought a skin system. She would go in her ARIIX office, and in the shopping cart next to the L there would be a brand new logo that has the letter H. She'll click on that, it will open it up to a new page, and then she can choose from any of the 5 inside out beauty standalone items. From the standalone cost, she can save an additional 50% off. So this is great for people who want to just start with the skin system. They're not ready to get the entire inside out beauty system. This is a great way to have them upgrade and try the Beauty Boost, to have them try Vanoli, to have them try Calm, right? To have them try the different products that are included in the beauty solution at a discount that's great. Now, the price is halved and the points are also halved. So just remember that. That's important. That's an important side note to remember, okay? Why that's great for you and great for us. Companies who do this do it for a very specific reason. In all of our research, we have found that when given a discount, people will tend to feel obligated to want to go try it. Now, we know the more of the products they're using, the more they're going to fall in love with the products. So first of all, you're going to get an increase in retention from people falling in love and using the products every single month. Number 2, if they only ever would have bought a skin system, now you're getting them to try additional products. That's products that they weren't going to buy before. So even though the company takes a discount by having the points, having the price, and the team takes a little bit of a hit because the points are halved, those are points that neither you nor the company would have had before. So at the end of the day, it's still a win, and they get the win and the rush of saying, well, I'm incentivized to help my friends who are guests to come and buy, because the more they buy, the more I can save. That's a party mentality, and it's a very strong psychological appeal that's a win literally for everybody. So the half price items are really cool. They have 28 days to be able to use those with their little H logo that's in their shopping cart. So go ahead and teach them when they're brand new to go look that and find that up, okay? Again, that goes live on the 23rd, so this upcoming Saturday, you'll be able to log in, and for all new members who in their first week sponsor a new member or a preferred customer that purchases any of the beauty packs, they will be entitled to the half price items as you see right there. Okay, and last but not least, what is this mini skin system? Okay, the skin system is our small sample size, trial size. It's roughly 3 days worth of product. It's a $25 value just on retail, just for what it's worth, okay? So there's $25 in value that we're giving away and that we would want you to give away as the presenter every time somebody who attends a party decides to buy. And you say, okay, well, where did these come from? Okay, initially it will be up to the presenter who's who's arranging the party, okay, to provide the first set of mini systems to give to the people who buy. But the cool part is, as soon as that purchase takes place of a skin system, of the Inside Out Beauty Solution Pack, or of the Elite Beauty Pack, any one of those, they can take those order numbers and go to a brand new link that we've created and actually reclaim free mini skin systems from the company to replenish the supply that they used. Let me repeat, ARIIX is actively investing to get everybody to go and do parties. For everyone who does a party and they close a sale, you can take that order number and you can use it to redeem your free mini system that will ship out on your next auto delivery, okay? So here's how it's going to work, just real quick. Host rewards, we talked about that a minute ago. This is just some fine print. I don't like talking about it, but it's very easy and very straightforward. Host rewards, aka commissions, they assume that the host signs up as a member. The host rewards are earned on sales placed within the week following their enrollment. That's a piece of cake. Again, hosts can earn up to 4 half-off coupons. They expire 4 weeks after their receipt. Half-off coupons are not transferable and are only available for first-time hosts. We already went through that. The replenishment system. Here's how it works. You're going to go to the program section of your X Office library. Okay, you're going to click on the library and you'll see programs. Click on that and you'll see Inside Out Beauty. When you click on that, there's going to be a link that says Sample Replenishment Form. When you click on that, that will open up a form. You're going to enter the your rep ID, okay, and then the sales order numbers of all of the preferred customers and all of the new members who placed orders at your party. Remember, this is for the rep who is actually arranging the party, not for the host, but for the rep who's arranging the party. And they're going to go and put in, now because the samples are boxed in numbers of 8, you're going to have to kind of wait and collect a little bit. So we recommend having extra samples ahead of time. But once you've sold 8, right, and we do these together, you're going to go and put in 8 orders. That could be 8 skin systems. That could be 4 skin systems, 2 beauty solutions, and 2 elites. In whatever volume or whatever combination that ends up being, you'll just put in those order numbers. You could have one order number that has 8 skin systems. You could have 8 orders that have 1 skin system. Whatever that ends up being, put in the order numbers, and then every single week we're going to ensure that on your next auto delivery you will be replenished with a brand new supply of your samples. You say, I hold 20 parties a week. I sold 100 people. Does that mean you're going to give me 100 of the sample sizes? The answer is absolutely yes. We are committed and dedicated as a company to helping you grow and to be competitive with all of those party plan companies. This is a very small investment to the growth that we believe we'll see from this. So again, fine print on this. Sample replenishments can only be shipped with your next auto delivery. That saves us on shipping and it saves you on shipping. You'll thank me for it. Samples must be orders in increments of 8. That's just because that's how they're boxed. So if you had 9, then you would fill out the form twice. So if I sold, 24 in a week, I would fill out the form 3 different times with the orders that would have the 8 SKUs included. Sample replenishment applies to the following product items. We call them an SKU. It's the Jove Skin System, it's the Inside Out Beauty Solution, and also the Elite Pack. So if members enroll with an Elite Pack, if customers buy the Inside Out Beauty Solution or the Skin System, you can use those and replenish your free mini products. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because it's a no-brainer to help you get customers. And if you remember that little circle, when you get customers who become members, who go gold and duplicate, the business just works. Let's see an example of if we did a party and just duplicated that process. I get one host who has 4 customers. I help those 4 customers become hosts who get 16 customers. If I follow that logic and continue that duplication using the power of 4, what could my return look like after 6 months of hosting parties? This is what we promised we would show you tonight, the compensation plan and its integration with the host program. So we're going to start with my mother. She purchases, this is using the example of the Skin System again. She buys the Skin System. We already went through this. Next, she hosts the next month. Could be sooner, could be later. I'm assuming this is month 2. And when she hosts, she's going to buy another 100 points for herself and have 4 customers. By doing that, she's going to get her products for free. How does it work? We already talked through this, but just as a simple review so you can see all the numbers. My mom buys at 140. Her preferred customers buy at 170. PC retail earnings is 30 times 4, $120. Auto balance-based commission is $35. Together, it's $155. It covers her shipping, her taxes, and her product. Basically, the day she enrolls and signs up as a member with 4 customers, her products are already free. That is huge. And if you can do that, I promise the rest of everything we talk about from month 2 to month 6 happens automatically. If you can get a customer, get the customer to get their products for free, that simple process, get that down pat, become good at that, become the best in this industry at doing that, you will be unstoppable, because watch what happens next. Month 3, well, you say, well, it was 155 at month 2, 171 at month 3. That's not very exciting. Bear with me. Watch what happens, okay? Now, because my mom had 4 customers, that got her the 2x, and that gave her 3 lines. This assumption is that while I have 4 people, I've placed 2 on one line and 1 on the other 2 lines. So I'm utilizing all 3 lines from day 1. You don't have to do it that way. You could put 2 on one line and 2 on the other. For these assumptions and these examples, I'm assuming I'm building 3 lines. Well, if I'm building 3 lines, why do you see 1 and then 4 and then 16? It's just easier to see the total number of people, and displacement happens on its own anyway, so don't worry about that, okay? You can see my mother went gold automatically because she has her 4 customers become members. Her 4 customers are members who have 16 total customers. How does that work? Well, the member, they each have 500 points each. I have 2 pay lines of 500 points each at 15%, gives me 150 in base commissions. And guess what? I get matching bonus. Why do I get matching bonus? Because there's auto balancing from preferred customer volume for my 4 sponsored reps. They got $35 in base commissions times 4 times 15%, there's 21 bucks. 171. Again, not fantastic. It's only been 3 months and I'm at 171. But again, my products are still free for my mother. Watch what happens from month 3 to month 4. $171 to now almost $1,000 a month. My mother was a gold before, now she's a vice president. How does that work? Her 4 members get the 4 customers they each had to get their products for free by hosting their own parties and getting their own 4 customers. They enroll as a member, they get their products for free, and my 4 personally sponsored people then become gold. My products are still $140, but base commissions now, I've got 2 pay lines that paid 2,100 points each at 15%, $630. I'm getting matching bonus out at 90. Second generation, I'm not going to go through all the math. Trust me, it's accurate. If you want to go and do it yourself, enjoy. And you're going to see that every single bonus that ARIIX has to possibly offer automatically gets unlocked and starts to pay automatically because we're duplicating the power of 4. So now she's almost at $1,000 a month, and it's only been 4 months. This is assuming that these people are just doing 1 party a month and duplicating. If they did multiple parties, obviously it would go up, right? This could be a weekly payout rather than a monthly payout, but I'm assuming it's just once a month. Month 5, you can see she went from VP to officer, her 4 golds went VP, her 16 members went to gold, base commission now is doing its thing, generation 1, 2, and 3 matching bonuses now giving me a very nice return. I get my team lead bonus, I get my savings bonus, and the total is $3,700 a month. Now, for some people, this is an area in which they can probably consider going full time. They might have only had 1 successful party a month, and now they can actually start going full time and building the business. The more parties they're holding, the more customers they get, the more customers then get dangled that carrot, get your products for free. We'll show you how, host a party. They can get extra benefits and perks, half off. Well, you can see how it just works. And by month 6, their CEO making almost $10,000 a month. All of these bonuses and the compensation plan are paying out automatically, seamlessly, whether they understand the compensation plan or not. And for my mother, that is empowering. She doesn't have to know anything about psychology, statistics, computer science, any of the things that would take the average person who wanted to put in the time and effort to understand the compensation plan. She wouldn't need to know any of that. It just happens. And all she had to understand is 4 friends buy and I get my products for free. I can get some extra perks, buy some extra products for a better discount, save more money, and we all get a free sample size mini system that comes with us while we're waiting for our product to be delivered. I was so excited in that Korean restaurant 3 years ago. I jumped out of my seat, I ran back to the office, didn't finish my meal, and I started to just, okay, how can we get this going? Only to realize that we didn't have the IT in place, we didn't have the tools in place, we didn't have the marketing in place. So to finally see this come to fruition, to realize that the power of 4, yes, can be by finding 4 business partners, but it can also be by finding 4 customers who then become business partners. And the beauty of the pull approach by getting the customers is that everybody from the day they enroll, they have no outstanding costs. They broke even starting month 2, or they broke even from the day they enrolled as a member. And that's powerful. I solved the problem of the person who called me 3 years ago, right? And guess what? It duplicates. So whether I want small time, part-time, or big time income, that's just going to come down to how much time and effort do I want to put in following the same process. But the comp plan will get you there. That's the ingenuity and the genius that Dr. Fred Cooper and the team put together when we established that 5 years ago. And that's what I love to see. If people knew how much this could pay out, I think that they would put in a lot more time than they're doing. Now, some of you may have a question. Okay, well, $10,000 a month almost after 6 months of work. That's great, but how does that compare with our competitors? I don't have the time tonight, but I would love to show anybody who's interested or curious a comparison chart. If you took the same volume, the same amount of effort, the same amount of work in ARIIX versus Nu Skin versus Amway versus USANA versus Herbalife versus Jeunesse versus any of our competitors, you're going to see something very, very striking. In this process of duplication, yes, those companies will pay money because duplication is what gets people paid in this industry. But the vast difference you're going to see is that we pay much, much more than our competitors at virtually every step along the way. I love the chance to be able to share this with you guys because I've been waiting a long time. When people realize that they can get residual income and time freedom by simply duplicating getting customers who then become members and team partners, this isn't theory. Again, if you remember last week's call, I'm Paul Blart. I'm the mall cop. I've been watching for 12 years the best of the best in this industry who are the best at what they do. And every single one of them have all got one thing in common. That is they duplicate. And when they duplicate and they help create leaders who all started by just wanting to get their products for free, this business grows and their income grows exponentially. And I'm so excited to see where this will take us moving forward. I believe the business is now easier than it's ever been to go and approach people, to get my mom excited, and to paint the potential of what this could be to her just by simply doing something that she loves and that's easy to do anyways. So if you got nothing else from tonight, I hope you remember 2 things. Number 1, you don't need to explain the entire compensation plan to my mom. Just simply show her the host rewards program, invite her to be a host. You'll do all the work. You're going to show the presentations that we have on the replicated website or from the new library. You're going to go there and share all of that however you want to do that, and you're going to get your customers. And when that happens, my mom will say, sure, I'd love to. Who wouldn't want to get their products for free, potentially when there's no pressure to buy? This host program, coupled with a product that's demonstrable and it shows and is easy to sell, I guarantee you're going to love the future of where this is going. So, to that end, I'm excited, guys. You're going to see a wonderful, wonderful future, and I'm expecting breakneck pace growth over the next 6 months, thanks to all of your hard efforts. Okay. I have people who have some questions now, and you've been sending these all throughout the call. Thank you for doing that. Let's go ahead and answer some of these questions with the few minutes that we have left. What is a mini skin system? For those of you who don't know, in the Jove lineup, we have the tightener and the brightener. right? The tightener is the instant Botox in a bottle, as it were. It makes the wrinkles go away instantly, and the brightener is an amazing product that will lighten the skin over time, give it a radiant, healthy glow that replaces a whole bunch of products. We have sample sizes of those. They're very small, they look fantastic, and they come with a lot of our business packs with Jove. Okay, we recommend that all hosts, or excuse me, all those reps who are presenting a party would give those away, one of the tightener, one of the brightener, as a mini skin system. Okay, that's a name, you can call it whatever you want to. I just call it the mini skin system. Give that away for people who buy it. It's an extra incentive. It's a party. People expect to get freebies at a party. Well, what better way to incentivize people to purchase that night, to start saving that night with a free skin system. And remember, that can be replenished over and over and over again. There's no limit. So hopefully that answered that question. Number 2, where do you get the initial mini skin systems for your party? Great question. For those who have already purchased a Jove Elite pack or a Jove pack, any of those will automatically include those. So if you don't have any yourself, you can always probably talk to an upline. Somebody will know somebody with them, and then you can go ahead and go from there. We still don't sell those individually yet. That is a logistics concern as much as it is a strategic concern. We anticipate that we will be coming out with an entire host packet that will include some of those samples, so watch for that to come. But as of now, anybody in your team who's purchased a Jove Elite pack should have plenty of samples that you can draw from. So great question, but the cool part is you can start to get those and redeem those immediately. Okay, so even if you don't have any of them, host a party, close some people as preferred customers, and guess what? When that happens, you can go and claim those immediately. Okay, if someone hosts a party, do they become a rep? Well, yes and no. The yes is, yes, you will sign them up as a member. And my cheeky no is, if you recall, there's now a difference between a member and a rep. A member is someone who has enrolled, they've purchased their boss for $29, and they are starting to purchase the ARIIX products. A rep is someone who is sponsored. So given that in the party scenario, the host will become a member and they will sponsor the preferred customers who decided to purchase at the party. When that happens, yes, they will become a rep. So yes, hosts, in order to get their host rewards, need to activate their account and become a member. There's no requirement to purchase. If you remember, I said you could have all of their activating points come from customers. It doesn't have to come from themselves at all. Number 4, what about the boss? The boss is required for all members to purchase. So if I was talking to my mom and say, Mom, way to go. You hosted this party and 4 people decided to buy the skin system. Congratulations, your skin system will actually be for free. Now we need to get your account set up so that they can send you your $155 in host rewards next week. You'll go and put in your bank information. They will automatically wire that to you. It's a piece of cake. Setting up an account has a one-time fee. There's what we call the BOSS. It's the Business Orientation System, and it is a packet full of information plus online tools and a backline service to be able to operate and run a business and activate your account. That's $29. It's a one-time fee, and it comes to you. But yes, you need to buy that tonight to get your account activated. I've never met anybody in our experience of beta testing this who, when it came to getting their products for free, had a problem with the $29 payment to activate their account. That's just kind of standard, and it is what it is. And more importantly, it gets them incredible tools and information that they're going to need to start building their business. Number 5, how can we help someone who joined the business but never engaged? Does this reward program apply to them or only new enrollees? Great question. If someone's never engaged, okay, then you're going to host a party, invite them to host, you're going to close the preferred customers, and the only item on those host rewards that currently is only for first-time people is the half-price items. Now, I'm fairly confident that if you called customer service and explained the situation, I don't believe anyone in customer service would have a problem with entitling them to enjoy that host reward on the half-price items as well. So there is no limit, and for people who want to come back, this is a perfect excuse or perfect reason to give them a second chance, because chances are they stopped because they didn't understand. It was too difficult. They didn't know how to do it. This gives them a very, very easy outlet to then start building the business again, and frankly speaking, start to enjoy extra perks that are an easy sell for them to get them going. So yes, you absolutely could have somebody who's been kind of quiet for a couple of months, get them back, do a win-back campaign and say, hey, I'm starting this brand new party hosting program. It's really easy. It's really cool. Do you want to host a party? Sure. And then call customer service to get them their half-price items. It won't happen automatically in the system. No problem. Call customer service. They're trained and prepared and able to take care of any of those requests along the way. Number 6, if you get 4 customers, does this concept replace the team lead bonus? Okay, let's go back up here to month 2 and the month 3. Okay, month 2, my mother is now hosting a party, and she had 4 customers purchase. They buy at $170, I buy at $140. Because they're just preferred customers and not members, I actually will not earn the team lead bonus. Remember, team lead bonus is paid when 4 personally sponsored members or representatives are placing auto delivery orders. Okay, so in month 2, in this scenario, I'm just getting the PC retail earnings and I'm getting the base commissions. Added together, $155. Month 3, I go gold. I have 4 members who enrolled. They hosted a party, they got their customers. You see here, there's still no team lead bonus. Why? Because the new members just enrolled. Okay, so they just enrolled, but they're not placing an auto delivery order. Month 4, though, you see there is a team lead bonus there. Why? Because it's the first auto delivery order for my 4 personally sponsored, in this case now they're golds. So the team lead bonus pays out the same. There's no difference, okay, from before, but the PC retail incentive gets the host paid a lot quicker. So I love it. The team lead bonus still takes care of the little person, as does the PC retail incentive. Great question. Next question, when will the Android version of the app be available? Well, that is entirely up to you. And what I mean by that is, you heard me give a very strong plug for the iPhone version of the app that we have today. The more that you use that, the more that that becomes ubiquitous and people are using that, the stronger the message that that is valuable as a tool becomes to the company. And once we see that there's a demand that's strong enough and we have our internal numbers, then we will absolutely start to transition that over to an Android platform as well. As of this stage, we still haven't seen the numbers yet. So my challenge is, if you love it and you want it on Android, get everyone you know that has an iPhone to download that ASAP, because once we hit the numbers, we will automatically start working on the Android version. And I'm telling you, I've used it. I use it every time that I do a demonstration or a party, because it's so easy to get that before and after effect that I want to share on social media. I want them to share on social media, even if they just showed up to the party and didn't buy anything. It's powerful for people to see that. So very good question. Finally, just a recap to remember, everybody, Cassidy.Barsdorf@ARIIX.com is where you want to send your submission for the iPhone photos. I'm going to go back to the top of the presentation, and there you can see the email right there. Cassidy.Barsdorf@ARIIX.com. Get those in today, because next week Deanna will be handing out at least 5 skin systems for free. Now, if we see a bunch that are just amazing and we have a hard time voting for 5, it may go up to 10. So don't think that you're not going to be that one of those 5 people. Throw it in there anyways, get those over, and we'll be excited to make sure that you are a star and you're famous in the before and after library of ARIIX. Guys, thank you so much for all of your time and attention on this call tonight. I hope that you've seen that the potential of the power of 4 in the compensation plan with a poll approach using the host program is powerful. And you don't need to understand the compensation plan. The computer does it automatically, right? I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm confident that with this simple approach, by simply duplicating and repeating this over and over and over and over, it's not a question of time. It's a question of tenacity and your goals. If you guys want to get that Caribbean cruise and qualify sooner than later, go do a bunch of parties. It's summertime. People have time. Kids are out of school, right? There's plenty of opportunities to do this and capitalize on it. Enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at any time. My email address is ian.chandler, CHANDLER, @ARIIX.com, and I can promise you that the future is going to be beautiful. The next 6 months is going to be great, and you're going to see this pattern of acquire customers, convert to members, go gold, duplicate, so that you can get residual income and time freedom in all of our brands and all the programs that come out, whether it's Slenderize or Prime or Nutrify. All of those brands are targeted to where we can capitalize and benefit from the Power 4 exactly as you saw tonight. So if this is the first of what will be many calls that are just reemphasizing the simplicity and the power of the Power 4, I hope you have a strong takeaway. It's time to act. Go start using the tools. Again, we're still in beta mode, so give us as much feedback as you want to. Thanks for everyone who's already given that feedback, and it's been a pleasure. It's going to be amazing to see the explosive growth. We're already seeing teams have great responses in the first week of putting these tools to work. Sales were up 25% in the US last week. I think it's indicative of your efforts and your commitment to make this a win. So use this. Go get people excited about hosting a party. It's so easy. This tool, again, is available in your library. Go check it out. Go explore, have fun, print them out, and get people doing parties, because the more you do, the faster you grow. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Again, appreciate for everyone who stayed up late. Have a great night, guys. We'll chat with you later. Don't forget, next week, Deanna Lotson, our Chief Product Officer, Tom Jackson, our Executive Director of Regulatory Affairs and R&D, will be on explaining why the products were chosen the way they were chosen for the Inside Out Beauty solution and what that can do for your skin and why it's the best anti-aging solution out there today. Enjoy, have a lovely week, and we'll see you guys later. I'm out. Take care. Bye-bye.